Multilateral Aid 2015 monitors the latest trends in the multilateral aid landscape and contributes to the discussion on how to implement the post-2015 Sustainable Development Agenda. In 2013, $59 billion were channeled to and through multilateral organizations to promote development in poor countries, representing 41% of gross official development assistance from the members of the OECD, Development Assistance Committee, the so-called DAC. Over 71% of these flows were directed to the European Union, the World Bank Group, and the United Nations. Other multilateral organizations and mechanisms, such as Gavi and the Global Fund, received 17%, while the regional development banks received 8%. The multilateral aid system is expanding and becoming more complex, comprising a growing number of instruments, approaches, players, and institutions. New players are increasing their funding to multilateral organizations. Between 2009 and 2013, flows from 7 large non-DAC providers rose by 51%, reaching $1.2 billion. While this amount is small compared to the total provided by DAC members, it represents an important contribution to international efforts to address humanitarian and developmental needs, for instance, in the wake of the Arab Spring and to combat the Ebola crisis. The BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have also created a new multilateral institution, the New Development Bank, and other important financing initiatives, such as the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, are being developed under China's leadership. All this means more opportunities for developing countries to access and influence the nature of development finance. But there are associated risks, including duplication of effort, increased transaction costs, inadequate safeguards to harmful externalities, and excessive competition among institutions. Also, more and more of the funding provided to multilateral organizations is earmarked for specific countries, sectors, or purposes. These funds increased by 93% between 2007 and 2013, compared to a 24% increase in core contributions over the same period. For some organizations like the UN, earmarked funding is a huge part of their budget. Earmarked funding can help meet unexpected and emerging needs, but it can also limit the ability of multilateral organizations to use these funds effectively, as they can be transaction-heavy and unpredictable. Core funding, on the other hand, is provided to multilateral organizations to be used according to their priorities and is more suitable to the fundamental multilateral principles of shared goals, collective funding, and common action. 2015 is a landmark year as world leaders endorse the broad and ambitious development agenda underpinning the Sustainable Development Goals. The multilateral system has sustained development in poor countries for many decades. Multilateral Aid 2015 argues that its role in the post-2015 era will be even more important. Collective cross-border solutions will be essential to eradicate absolute poverty and foster a new era of economic and social progress, environmental sustainability, and peaceful and inclusive societies. Multilateral organizations can help to establish and reinforce inclusive partnerships to provide those solutions. Countries can support effective collective action by ensuring predictable funding linked to the multi-year strategic plans of multilateral organizations, providing more core funding and less transaction-heavy earmarked funding, supporting governance reforms within existing multilateral organizations, and encouraging greater transparency and cooperation among existing and emerging institutions. World leaders have agreed to embark on a path to sustainable development. Better multilateral partnerships can help us to reach that destination.